Games continue here on a beautiful Friday morning here in Argentina as the United States and Australia get set to match up in U18 boys basketball. And with that, we welcome you here inside Hebraica alongside Sean Irby. I'm Ari Wall. Aaron Hook will join us on the sideline in a little bit. Sean, we're going to get to see a pretty good team here in the U18 U.S. boys basketball team. When you look at this team, who stands out as the player to watch in this one?
Yeah, Drew Kahn. Everybody's been talking about Drew Kahn, number 10 for the U.S. He's bringing up the ball. He's shooting the shots. He's calling the shots. Screens for him. They're going to look at it to try and get him involved.
Yeah, Drew Kahn is going to be one of the top guys for this U.S. team. The primary ball handler and a really good shooter, Coach Raphael Halpert, the head coach of the U18 boys basketball team, talked about his shooting and how impressed he was. For you, when you look at this game as a whole, what are going to be some of the keys for the U.S. to come out with a victory in their first game here of the tournament?
So being in the first game, the U.S. is going to look to get physical, get out in transition, and get easy shots. Coach wanted to talk about easy shots, get layups.
Well, we're not too far away from tip-off here inside Hebraica, and with that we have an opportunity to send it down to the third member of our broadcast team, Aaron Hook, who is standing down on the baseline. Aaron, what do you got? Well, we're going to come to Aaron a little bit later. Apologize for the technical issues there on the audio, but we're going to hear from him in just a few moments. Either way, the United States and Australia get set to tip off here on this Friday morning. The United States starting lineup for you in this one. It'll be Ian Hoffman, Sammy Teplitsky, Kevin Levy, Zach Itzaki, and Drew Kahn, the player to watch. Brought to you by Freedom Mortgage.
Both teams look evenly matched, evenly sized. It's going to be interesting to see how the rebound game plays out here.
Segal and Hoffman for the opening tip, and it's tipped away, and Drew Kahn will come away with it for the United States. Quickly trying to penetrate. Now he'll back it out and give it to Hoffman. Hoffman gives it to Kahn, but he stepped out of bounds. He made the three, but it won't count.
Coach Raphael Halpert talked about the sidelines in this game. They're going to have to be careful going against in the corners, not trying to step out of bounds.
Do it. We'll carry it across half court for Australia, wearing that green uniform with the yellow tint. The United States wearing their white jerseys in this one. Underneath, and a floater is off the mark. The United States will come away with the rebound. Across half court, Hassoun carries it. 10-minute quarters here in the Buenos Aires Pan American Maccabi Games tournament. Three-pointer on the way, and it rims out. Rebound, Team US, they keep it.
Second chance points. That's going to be a big one in this one.
Kahn trying to drive in now with a fadeaway shot. It goes off the rim, tipped up, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the US. So an offensive rebound and then forcing that ball out of bounds. They'll keep it again on the baseline.
That's two offensive rebounds in one possession. If the US can continue to get second chance looks, this game could get out of hand.
Levy inbounds. Kahn spinning off the glass, and he got it. First points of this one for Drew Kahn. It's 2-0 United States. Harry Newitt with the right hand loses the handle. U.S. with the turnover the other way. Hassoun driving, right hand, got it.
And we just talked about it, transition points. They're going to try and play physical defense.
So two layups in the paint for the U.S. to take an early 4-0 lead. So we're still just getting underway in this one, less than 2 minutes in. Foul on that opportunity.
Nice take right there by Josh Strunin. Getting to the line.
So we'll see the first free throws of the game as Australia will go to the line. Strunin will take the first two shots, trying to give Australia the first 2 points of the tournament.
You can already see both teams are playing physical, trying to get their hands in the passing lanes, not trying to get up, leave up easy buckets.
Yeah, and you talked about the size going into this game. Both teams seem to be relatively evenly matched in that department, but as we saw early on, the rebounding went in favor of the U.S. in those first 2 minutes.
Gotta box out. If you don't box out, you're not going to be able to grab a rebound. Second chance points.
So Strunin goes 1 for 2 from the line. It's 4-1 U.S. early on in this one. Hoffman Gives it over to Levy. They swing it around for Kahn. Corner three off the back of the rim. Another offensive rebound. Hoffman will just go up with it. Can't get it to go, and finally Australia controls.
Yeah, that was two good looks right there. Nice down screen by number 15, Ian Hoffman.
Now Australia on the drive. Kick out corner three off the front of the rim. And the U.S. will grab the defensive rebound quickly in transition. Kahn, long stretch pass ahead. Teplitsky gets it to go off the pass from Kahn. All three buckets coming in the paint.
Good job running the floor right there by Teplitsky.
Australia looking for their first field goal of this game. Knew it. Gets a screen, now drives in and floats it up with the right hand and misses off the rim. Long pass ahead, Kahn off his fingertips, but he's able to keep it all the way across to the near side. Levy, one dribble and he's in, and he got it.
U.S. is looking composed here in the first opening minutes of this game. They're getting easy shots. Australia is missing some bunnies on the other end, maybe some nerves.
Levy tacks on two more, pass inside the paint for Australia. Spinning with it into the corner. Three-pointer no good, off the mark from Segal. Teplitsky will slow it down, gives it back to Levy. Now it's Hassoun. Setting up some motion here on the offensive side, gives it to the corner, drive in, off the mark. Hoffman tries to grab his own rebound and he's fouled on the way up. Two free throws coming here for Ian Hoffman.
Seems like the U.S. is playing with better pace here. They're moving up and down the floor easily.
First substitutions of this one will come in for the United States as well, as Jonah Gurin will check in.
Yeah, you can expect that as they run the floor. Guys are going to get tired.
We're going to take another look at the foul here from Hoffman that sent him to the line. There you see that pass on the way in, and then Hoffman does a good job to get his own board and then draw the foul. He makes both free throws as well. That makes it 10-1 U.S. early on. Stronin carries it across the timeline. Gives a pass out. U.S. physical on the defensive end. Forces a tie-up, no whistle, and they're able to get the ball out. Kahn with some space. Layup. Gets it to go.
Nice double as soon as they cross the half court.
So Drew Kahn being a playmaker early on, as we expected, as Team Australia still continues to look for a field goal. Stronin, tough three, and he gets it to go. Nice shot by Stronin with their first field goal. It's a three-pointer. Hassoun. Now Kahn on the drive, kick out, corner three. Missed everything, and Australia is able to get the rebound. Farkas across, floater, no good. U.S. with the rebound. Kazaki gives it ahead. No look pass to Kahn, and he can't get the layup to go. Long rebound, U.S. still keeps it. Now another opportunity for Kahn, down low, and he gets it this time.
He's not going to miss twice. That is the player to watch. Drew Kahn, nice finish in the lane.
So we're seeing him be an impact player down low.
Active on both sides.
So we get a whistle on that drive. We know his shooting was really what impressed head coach Raphael Halpert. I got the chance to talk with him a couple days ago, and he said that in the first practice, Drew Kahn took a tough shot from three, and he made it. And Raphael Halpert said, "Why are you taking that shot?" And Drew said, "Well, that's my shot, coach. That's the shot I like to make." And he was able to make it and prove to head coach Raphael Halpert that that is the kind of shooter he is, and that's the kind of shooter he can be.
Right. I think a big thing with coaches is they have to have confidence in their players and allow their players to play their game. If you try and limit them, as Australia gets a nice little layup and one, if you limit your players and their abilities, offense won't be able to flow as much. Shots won't go in.
And one there by Gabriel Hausman, as he's going to go to the line trying to make it a three-point play here, try to cut the lead to a 7-point game.
Is they have to have confidence in their players and allow their players to play their. Nice finish.
14-7 U.S. with 4.5 to go in the first quarter, as Kahn will carry the ball across half court, driving in with the right hand off the backboard, no good. Rebound stayed alive. Another opportunity, third chance, no good. Finally, Australia grabs the defensive board. The United States continues to be strong on the glass. Australia with a bit of a comeback here in these last couple minutes with some offensive momentum on the drive. That shot's no good. Rebound Gurin. Jonah Gurin stops up at half court, gives it off. Now on the drive, spin move, layup, and a foul. And the U.S. will head to the line for 2 free throws. So 14-7 is the score as we get a whistle and a first official timeout here on the floor. So far in this one, like we've mentioned, the U.S. on the glass has been one of the keys in this game, and Drew Conn has also been strong. What stood out to you so far in the United States' play that's allowed them to get this 7-point lead?
Well, they've been playing physical defense. They're getting their hands in the passing lanes. They're trying to get out in transition fast, and they're getting easy buckets.
And for Team Australia, still continuing to struggle on that defensive glass, but they were able to mount a bit of a comeback over these last couple minutes. Able to cut the lead in half, 14-7. And so we're going to have an opportunity to send it down to Aaron Hook, who's down at the baseline. Aaron, go for it.
Guys, Team USA up 14-7 here early in the first quarter. Playing very connected basketball right now, and that is in large part to Coach Rafi Halburn instilling a Jewish identity in his team, even before they landed here in Buenos Aires. Back during their training camp in the United States in Jersey City, New Jersey, Coach made a point of emphasis to wrap to fill in and have a minyan each morning. I was a part of the minyan this morning. Guys were up before 7 a.m. getting their prayers in and connecting off the floor as much as they have on the floor, which is a great sign as they begin their gold medal run here today against Team Australia. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for that, Aaron. Talk about the team camaraderie. That's something that Drew Conn talked to me a little bit about, and Coach Halpert as well, about how quickly the team gelled together, how well they've gelled together. You've got guys from all around the country. Some of these guys have played together at SAR along with Coach Halpert, who is their head coach there, but you've seen this team already in just a couple of days be able to gel really well.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that they're playing together, and Rafael Halpert, he labeled the team as brothers, and they want to stay connected. They want to play together, and that's a key to success.
Australia swinging the ball around here, gets it up top for Newitt. Newitt on the drive with the right hand off the glass, off the rim as well, but does not go in, and U.S. will grab the defensive board and work quickly the other way. Hoffman on the drive, kicks it out. Nice turnaround jumper is off the mark. Hoffman battling for the rebound, and he comes away with it. He goes straight up, off the glass, and he'll draw a foul. Another offensive rebound for the big man, Ian Hoffman, and he'll get a chance for 2 at the line.
You see the size play out a little bit here. Australia going with a little bit of a smaller lineup. U.S. got a couple of big men in the game, Ian Hoffman being one of them.
Take a look at the replay there.
Nice turnaround jump shot, didn't get it to go. Ian Hoffman just rips it right from the defender.
Didn't come away with the offensive rebound initially, but stayed with the play to get it. Second free throw's good. So 17-7 United States. About 3 minutes to go.
And here they are putting a little bit of pressure on Australia in the front court.
Screen allows Australia to get past half court. Segal on the drive.
Australia's got to stay composed, find the right shot.
Farkas gives it off. Now gets it back. On the drive. Missed it, and United States again in transition. Conn back in the game, swings it out to the corner. 3 off the rim. Able to get his own rebound is Gurin. Now kicks it out. Conn, a 3 off the front of the rim. And this time Segal comes away with it. And he'll slow it down as they try to get past half court. Rab driving in on Hoffman, tries to go between, and he gets it to go. A tough finish, and he able to get that one go. Rabinowitz able to find the net.
You can see maybe the shot clock playing a little bit of a factor here. You heard the Australia bench counting down. trying to get a shot off before the time expires.
Pass inside intended for Teplitsky goes out of bounds. U.S. will get an inbound here underneath the basket. You talk about the shot clock, 24-second shot clock. A lot of these guys maybe not used to playing with a 24-second shot clock. That's something that when we watched practice, that seemed to be a bit of an emphasis from Coach Halpert, was like simulating those 5-second left in the shot clock situations where there's no play left to run. You just got to find an open shot and get it to go.
Which is why you want to play fast. Get shots up early in the shot clock instead of having to rush for a shot late.
Teplitsky with a tough finish, can't get it to go, and a long rebound goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the U.S.
That's all Jonah Gurin right there, staying with the play, keeping it alive. Second chance points are going to kill Australia if they can't get that initial rebound.
Inbound comes to Khan. Pump fake, now driving in. Kicks it out to the corner. Another drive off the glass, and it rims out. And Australia will get the ball. Hassoun was right there on the doorstep, but couldn't get it to go.
I like how they ran a little bit of an isolation for Drew Khan out of the inbounds play, trying to get him in space.
Rabinowitz will carry it across half court for Australia. And that pass was broken up. Hoffman able to get a hand on it. Australia is able to keep it though. Driving in on the baseline. That finish is no good. U.S. the other way. Hassoun.
Nice pass.
A nice feed inside and a foul and a traveling violation. Nearly a highlight-worthy play from Jonah Gurin, but instead,
yeah,
just took one too many steps.
I don't think he was expecting that pass. It was coming in hot in the lane.
Almost nice a no-look pass.
Nice find right there by Zach Hassoun.
Australia will inbound it here on the near side as you take a look at that pass once again.
See more substitutions.
Farkas out for 3 off the backboard, no good. Offensive board, Australia. Farkas gets it again. Hands it off Rabinowitz. Back to Farkas. 2 seconds left. And that shot is blocked. Khan able to get the block. Pass ahead. Khan dunks it in. Drew Khan with the finish, the slam. And the U.S. are back up top by 10.
Turnover courtesy of the shot clock. Once again, trying to scramble and get a shot off for Australia. Leads to a breakout dunk for Drew Khan.
Under 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. U.S. holding on by a 10-point lead. Foul is called.
Silly foul right there by Drew Khan. Don't want to stop the momentum.
Khan and Hassoun trying to double team Farkas. Instead they commit the foul, so 16.1 left on the clock in this first quarter. Seen a fairly clean game through these first 10 minutes, only 3 fouls apiece. Potentially the last shot here for Newitt. Newitt driving in, now kicks it out, corner 3, got to get it off in a hurry. Goes off the rim, and that will do it for the first quarter. The United States comes out firing 19-9. As we take another look at some of the first quarter highlights, this dunk from Drew Khan.
Yep, shot clock, lead out break. Good defense by U.S. Pressuring the ball, hands in the passing lane, putting pressure on Australia.
And that's something you mentioned a little bit when we talked, and a little bit in the open of this one, was about the transition offense and how quickly the United States wanted to get ahead in transition. And I think what we're seeing in this one is they're playing good defense, and you know that phrase, defense leads to good offense. And so I think we're seeing that a lot early on. The United States is playing well on that defensive side of the ball, and that's allowing them to get some nice transition buckets and some layups.
You can tell that they put an emphasis on defense. I think all teams know that defense, you know, wins games, and essentially it'll lead to easy buckets, especially in this first quarter. U.S. playing physical.
And there you see the bio on head coach Raphael Halpert. It's his first time coaching in the Maccabi International games. He had said he coached in the JCC Maccabi games in the past, but this is his first time doing it at an international level. And he's also the head coach at SAR High School, where he actually coaches some of the guys on the team. Jonathan Itzaki is on that team as well, and Sammy Teplitsky. So he's got some team chemistry with some of those guys. Both of those guys impact players and starters in this game, but Coach Raphael Halpert has been able to rally his guys and put together a good team here as they get set to hopefully go for another gold medal here for Team US.
Yeah, he's connected these group of guys pretty well in these first couple of games here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Everybody wants to play for each other, and I think he's preached that all throughout practice, and it's showing here in the first game.
And you may be able to have heard on the broadcast when they do that chant 1, 2, 3, they say family at the end of it. So I think that speaks a lot to sort of what we're talking about, that identity he's trying to build. This is really a family that he has here with the United States. And so as we get set for the start of the second quarter, we'll send it down once again to Aaron Hook, who's down on the sideline. Aaron.
Well, guys, despite a 10-point lead entering this second quarter, Coach Rafi Halburn was still not satisfied with his team's performance in that first quarter, especially on the glass. He's saying, guys, we're the bigger team. Why are we not getting rebounds? Why are we not going for these lazy passes that Team Australia is making, these lollipop passes that can turn into steals? He said, guys, we're missing open shots and not playing with effort. We're too worried about going for highlight reel dunks and plays. And so here with a 10-point lead, I talked to Coach earlier yesterday, and he said that they want to win those 50-50 balls. They want to be the more physical team on the glass. Turn said 50-50 balls into 80-20 balls. Drew Kahn makes a play right here. That's a good sign for Coach Halpert and his team.
Good start to the second quarter. Thanks so much for that, Aaron. Drew Kahn, like you mentioned, a pull-up jumper from the top of the key and then able to force a turnover, which led to 2 free throws here coming for Sammy Teplitsky. A good start to the second quarter, potentially better than Coach Raphael Halpert saw from his team in the first.
You can tell nothing is slowing down. They're still trying to play fast. They're pressuring in the front court. Easy baskets. A couple of free throws right here. Nice play coming out of the second quarter by Drew Kahn. Pull-up jump shot, like you said, at the free throw line. Get him in space. Get your best player the ball.
Teplitsky hits both from the free throw line, makes it 23-9 US. As we mentioned, this is the first game for both of these teams here in this round robin part of the tournament, as the US with some full court pressure forcing another turnover, and that layup is good from Hassoun. A strong start to this second quarter for the United States as they continue to do the full court pressure. Australia is able to come away with it, and they'll get a layup on the other end, which is no good. Pace picking up in this second quarter. Stretch pass for Kahn, Euro step, and the floater. All US in this second quarter so far. Drew Kahn with some early points, giving the United States some cushion here in this lead. That jumper's no good. Another pass as Kahn's leaking out the other way. Pull up 3 off the front of the rim, out of bounds, and it'll stay with the US. And the US forces Australia to call a timeout as they'll have to talk things over. At full court pressure, we saw a little bit of it in the first quarter, not a lot. In the second quarter, it's been on every play, and it's worked pretty well.
I think Coach was probably unhappy with the 10-point lead coming out of the first quarter and wanted to pick up the pace a little bit, try and get this game out of hands by halftime.
27-9 is the score, 8:27 to go. This U18 boys basketball match is brought to you by Campus Apartments. Campus Apartments offering students a higher level, higher standard of living. Some decent crowd here at Hebraica as they cheer on the United States and Australia. We saw before this a match as well here in basketball. There are 4 teams at the U18 level, 2 from Argentina. They're both playing each other this morning, and then you've got Australia and the United States. And if you're not done watching basketball today, we're going to have another stream for you following this one. The U16 boys basketball team from the United States will be playing later this afternoon in just a couple of hours, so you can stay put here on the YouTube channel after the conclusion of this game if you want to watch that game as well. U.S. will inbound it here below the baseline. It'll be Levy on the inbound. Motion gets it out to Hassoun. Now on the drive. Floater is no good. Teplitsky grabs the rebound. Tries to go up with it and is blocked. Goes out of bounds. Once again, the U.S. will inbound.
I think what's really impressive is that the U.S. is able to execute plays. Only a couple days practicing, and they're able to execute inbounds plays. They're running sets. They're getting guys the ball, setting good screens. Nice play right here. Easy layup for number 14, Zach Hassoun.
Yeah, you saw a couple looks on that one. Drew Kahn was trying to get open on the other side, and they were able to find Hassoun with it. So certainly some plays being run by the U.S. And like you said, just a couple days of practice. These guys have been able to learn a couple plays and gel together well.
You wouldn't think that it's their first game together. It looks like they've been playing for a couple weeks.
Houseman's shot is off the mark. Another opportunity for Australia. Does not fall, and a foul is called. Australia looking for points in the second quarter. 29-9, the U.S. has opened up a sizable lead as Kahn and Teplitsky will check out.
I think with this full court press that U.S. has put on, Australia should be able to get easy baskets on the other end, easy layups. They would just put a man in the middle in center court at half court, turn around, and hopefully throw it to somebody streaking down the court for a layup. They haven't been able to execute press break.
Kafka goes 1 for 2 from the line. Long pass ahead, and that's good by Jonah Gurin on the layup. We've seen a lot of
4 players in the front court right here for Australia. Nobody is spread out. It's too congested. They can't get the ball out the front court.
U.S. continuing that pressure, that half-court pressure, forcing another turnover. Still inbound it here from the near side.
It's just hard with the window, but yeah.
Hassoun will control.
5 out here for U.S. Trying to get the ball down low.
Down low by the blocker. That shot's blocked, and
nice block.
Chance the other way for our Australia. Farkas driving in, and he's blocked by Hoffman, who is going back on defense. Back and forth we go.
I would like to see the U.S. slow it down here a little bit.
Hoffman on the drive. He's fouled, trying to go up with the left hand. 2 more free throws coming for Ian Hoffman.
Use this opportunity to practice on their execution instead of just running out on the break. This is not their last game here. They're going to have to play other teams, and other teams are going to have to force them to play in the half court.
Makes the first one.
Maybe run a couple sets.
So you saw the look of the foul call on the replay there. 2 for 2 from the line for Hoffman. U.S. continuing the pressure here. Strunen will split the defenders and get beyond half court, driving straight into the lane. U.S. looking for a charge, and they're not going to get it. It's going to be a blocking foul called on Itzhaki, I believe, which will send Australia back to the line.
Yeah, Josh Strunen taking it into his own hands, running down the length of the court, trying to get a layup, gets fouled. Good take, but you're not going to be able to break this press break just by dribbling up the court by yourself.
First free throw is good. Second one off the mark. Battle for the rebound, and nearly saved out of bounds, but it goes out of play.
Good effort by Strunen.
And Coach Halpert will call timeout here. The U.S. leading 33-11, 6:46 to go in the second quarter. A strong start in the first for the United States. Australia came back a little bit, but then in the second quarter, it's been pretty much all U.S. They've opened this game up, leading by 22, and a lot of it has been the full court pressure on the defensive side and then the execution on the offensive side.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to get out on the break just like they said they wanted to start this game. Easy transition baskets. Australia hasn't been able to get back on defense. They're just throwing the ball down the length of the court. Layups, do the same thing.
FACMA Argentina, the hosts of this Pan American Maccabi Games. They've been so great. Yesterday was opening ceremony as well, so all these people who are here at this game were there last night as well, and pretty good opening ceremony. We were able to walk out with the United States delegation as well, and it's been a pretty special couple of days. We still got another week to go, and for these players, obviously, to going for the gold is the big key, but also embracing this amazing opportunity to be surrounded by so many Jewish people from all around the world.
It's been amazing energy here. I think everybody has fed into it, using it, you know, in competition, and they also want to embrace other Jews from other countries, which has been definitely a huge benefactor for every player here competing. You know, there's a lot of camaraderie here, a lot of sportsmanship going against other teams.
To that point, Coach Halpert talked about how they're here to win, they want to win, but at the end of the day, everybody here is like brothers, and everybody wants to be able to interact with each other in that way, and just be surrounded by other Jewish athletes is a special experience.
Little miscommunication right there by the U.S.
Hassoun inbounds it to Khan. He'll dribble out beyond the arc. Now driving into the key, kicks it out to the corner. Hassoun with a three off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound again, and two chances for the U.S. Finally finished by Guru.
Just too much size for the U.S. down low.
They're finding that good positioning too on the glass, able to judge these rebounds and put themselves in the right spot to come away with these offensive boards.
Seems like they're just crashing the boards. Nobody's really getting back. If Australia gets a rebound, they can just leak out, get a layup on the other end. U.S. is really trying to capitalize on second chance points.
Foul is called as Harry Newitt was on the drive. Another rebound will come here for Australia. They get it in. Segal turning away with it off the side of the rim. Offensive rebound. Farkas with it. Kicks it out, Segal. Driving in, no look pass to the corner. Another drive in, now a floater.
Bit of a walk there.
Offensive board no there. Gurin long stretch pass ahead. Khan, step back, jumper. Off the back of the rim, no good. And now he forces a turnover. After the miss, Khan behind his back, and he gets the layup to go. Nice finish by Khan, and good hustle after the missed jumper to get two.
Khan staying with the play. Miss a shot, follow your shot, get the rebound, reverse layup. It's pretty.
U.S. forcing another turnover. They get the steal. Loose ball. Khan is able to grab it. Foul is called. That pressure continuing to be a factor for the United States. You can hear the bench saying trap or pressure, forcing those steals in the second quarter especially. Hassoun gave it over to Teplitsky, went off his hands, goes out of bounds.
Teplitsky saying my bad right there, dropped the ball, turnover. Australia's gonna need a boatload of those to get back in the game.
Newitt driving with his left hand, gives it over down low by the blocker. Tough finish, no good from Segal. The other way, Khan. Another dunk for Drew Khan as he slams it home, 39-11 U.S.
Second dunk just running the floor. Nobody's getting back for Australia.
Another turnover and an alley-oop off the backboard. Khan will just finish it with the layup. That would have been something special if he slammed that one home.
Yeah, that would have been pretty impressive.
Australia the other way, and a foul is called on the layup attempt.
This is almost like AAU basketball, you know, no defense, just, well, you know, there's tons of defense here, but sloppy basketball play. And as you see Drew Khan trying to catch it off the backboard, didn't have the angle or the lift, really.
As Coach Halpert calls another timeout to talk things over with the team. 41-11 is the score, and you talked a bit about the balancing act of trying to win this game, but also this is a good learning experience for the team. It's the first time they're playing with each other in this way, and so at what point, if at any point, do you start to maybe put your foot off the gas a little bit, bring in some of the new guys that haven't yet appeared in this game or have appeared a little bit less in this game? Is that something you think about in the second half, or do you go out and you're running out your starters and your main guys for the majority of this game?
Well, you definitely want to get everybody involved, but I wouldn't say take your foot off the gas. You know, you still want to execute plays. Like I said earlier, there are more games than this one, so they're going to have to, you know, work on things, prepare for games moving forward. Definitely get everybody involved, but make sure you're crisp. You know, this is going to be a long week here, and a lot more games to be played. So don't want to take your foot off the gas, but you also want to make sure everybody's getting involved.
Segal is at the line to shoot 2 free throws. First one's good. We mentioned about last year the Maccabiah in Israel. The United States U18 boys basketball team won the gold medal in that venue, and then the U16 team was able to win the gold medal as well. So some high expectations from the success of last year's U18 and U16 teams. Obviously a whole new roster, new head coach, new venue as well. They'll try to repeat that success as Khan turns this one over. Segal.
Good defense, getting their hands in the lane.
Ausman can't get the layup to go, though.
Got to get back on defense.
Ball finds Khan, who gives it inside. Tough layup, no good. Itzhaki can't get it to go. And
Nate Weinstein sticking with the play, grabbing the rebound. Playing tough physical basketball, the U.S. is. Australia's really got to get back on defense.
Haven't seen a lot of Nate Weinstein in this game, but they bring him in here with about 3.5 to play in the second quarter. Another baseline inbound coming for the U.S.
Any combination of Ian Hoffman and Nate Weinstein, it's a good lineup for the U.S. You got size down low, grab a lot of rebounds.
Yeah, Weinstein and Itzhaki, as Itzaki's able to get that finish to go.
Good take.
Sammy Teplitsky as well be a big factor down low. Knew it, off the pump fake driving in. Good defense by the United States to force that one off the mark. And Sassoon will carry it across half court, zips it over to the corner. Three-pointer is good. Nothing but net from Jonathan Itzhaki.
Haven't seen a lot of three-pointers from the U.S. here today. Everything's been, you know, in the lane, down low, getting layups.
Strunen tries to answer back with a 3 of his own, and it goes off the mark. Another three-pointer on the way. This time it's good. Gur Rabinowitz buries the 3. So back-to-back three-pointers after a long drought of three-pointers in this one. Itzhaki down low, out of bounds. U.S. basketball.
See them trying to get Nate Weinstein involved here. Get their big guys the ball down low. Running some sets as well. Some down talk, couple down screens. Get Nate Weinstein one-on-one.
Itzhaki will check out Hunter Bernhardt in the game for the U.S. Inbound comes for Hoffman. Jumper on the way, off the rim, no good. Knew it quickly for Australia back the other way. Tied up, able to grab his own rebound. Foul is called though on the drive. Will go against Hoffman.
The U.S. has turned this 10-point lead after the first quarter into a 30-point lead here. As time winds down in the second.
Knew will head to the line for 2. Yeah, it's been all U.S. in this middle second quarter, holding Australia to just about 6 or so points in this middle 10 minutes. First free throw from Newitt is good. Trying to go 2 for 2. As Khan trying to check back into the game. You're going to keep him on the side for now, as Newitt will take his second. No good on the second, and so Khan will have to wait until now. He can check in as the ball goes out of bounds.
Saw the two coaches having a little bit of a conversation there at the scores table, wondering what that was about.
Both these coaches, presumably, Coach Halpert talked to us about it, still trying to learn a bit of the rules of this tournament. A little bit different than maybe your normal, like you said, AAU or any other league. 24-second shot clock. Wondering how long each quarter is, how many fouls each player gets. Sort of the structure of the way things are going to run. Today, certainly a good stepping stone for the U.S. If this is a sign of things to come, it's been a good first showing through these first nearly 20 minutes.
For sure, a couple mistakes, but nothing that can't be cleaned up. Saw some turnovers, stepping out of bounds in the corners, some lazy turnovers, but other than that, U.S. played good basketball. Shot clock hasn't been much of a factor. Been getting shots early in the shot clock, just like that one right there.
Kahn no good from 3. Offensive board. Weinstein, he's fouled.
It's been so tough for Australia not to foul because of U.S.'s size. You know, hold the ball up top. You put it right back up. Hands just coming down.
So Weinstein at the line to shoot 2 as some subs come in for Australia. First one from Weinstein is good. And you talk just about the impact or the way that the U.S. was able to get better in that first quarter to the second quarter. That's a huge jump from where they were to start this game. First action as a team in game setting, and then able to go from where they were in the first to the second. If they can just continue to build like that, getting better every quarter, they're going to be in a good spot come after the round robin tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely picked up the pace a little bit here in the second quarter.
Newitt driving in. Tough finish, and he's going to be whistled for a traveling violation with minute 21 left in this second quarter.
Substitutions have also been a big thing for the U.S., keeping fresh legs, making sure that everybody's good to go. Keep the energy up.
A couple starters out of the game for the U.S. Some bench guys in with U18 Deny carrying the ball now, giving it over to his left for Kahn. They go down low, looking inside for Deny. It's knocked away.
Nice cut there.
Rabinowitz able to come away with the steal. Hausman gives it over to Newitt. Double screen, Newitt stepping back. Gets it back with 9 on the shot clock. Newitt down low, Rabinowitz off the mark, offensive rebound. Back out Rabinowitz. Now Newitt, three-pointer on the way, and it's good.
Good shot right there. Relocation by Newitt to the left wing. Nothing but net.
Pass over for Weinstein inside, knocked away. Newitt the other way.
Australia picking up the pace a little bit here.
Newitt on the drive. Layup no good, out of bounds. It'll stay with Australia. Good showing in this last minute for Australia with just 19.5 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, Newitt got stuck. He didn't know what he wanted to do right there. Pass it or shoot it.
Baseline inbound is stolen. U.S. the other way. Weinstein goes up with the right off the backboard. Kahn follows it up and gets it to go.
Can't turn the ball over when you want to get back in the game.
Australia steps out of bounds as Kahn with a smart play throws it off the body of Rabinowitz. It'll give the U.S. one last offensive possession here with 7.6 to play. Inbound Kahn. Kahn with 5, with 3, puts it up off the front of the rim, offensive rebound, and the follow-up is no good. That'll do it for the first half.
Action-packed first half.
Through 20 minutes, the United States leading 49-19, a 30-point lead, and in that second quarter, a good showing for the U.S., picking up the pressure, better offensive possessions, and overall able to hold on to a 30-point lead as we enter halftime. 2 points for Newitt. Kahn with 2 already in this third quarter as well. So still a 30-point game in favor of the U.S. as we're just underway here in the second half. Inside, Teplitsky with the layup.
Nice little screen and roll right there. Started with some ball movement. Teplitsky set the screen. Kahn finds him in the lane.
Newitt out at the three-point line. Continued good defense here for the U.S. in this third quarter as Offensive foul is called. Drew Kahn draws the whistle. We haven't seen as much of the full court pressure to start this third quarter for the U.S. Worked certainly in the second quarter. They didn't go to it a lot in the first quarter, so we'll see if they pick up that pace in the third quarter as well on the defensive side. Kahn gets a screen, gives it down low, layup no good. Goes off the feet of an American player and a long stretch pass ahead. And Hassoun can't finish. Another long pass this time. Australia the other way. Newitt with a pump fake. Gets some separation and buries the three.
Newitt's got a couple threes here now in the game. Australia now pushing the ball in transition. You need to see that more out of them coming out of this halftime.
Still a large lead for the U.S. in this one. 53-24 the score. 7.5 to go as a turnover here forced by Australia. Trying to go the other way in transition. Newitt, Euro step, layup, and that's good.
It's 2 times now, Newitt with the Euro step. He scored the last 7 points for Australia here.
We highlighted Drew Kahn before the game started, and he's been certainly a good player for the U.S., but on the side of Australia, Harry Newitt has really stood out here in this one so far, at least to me. He's being one of the top guys on this Australia team, being able to shoot, defend, finish at the basket. He's been really solid.
Yeah, he's the one with the ball in his hands. He's trying to make things happen. I don't think he liked how the first half played out for Australia. Second half, they've come out with more energy, more intensity, looking to get more players involved. See them trying to play a little two-man game. The U.S. with a nice steal and layup in transition.
Hoffman gets the layup. Another 2 points for the United States. Cross half court. Strunen.
Got to move the ball. You can't beat the press by dribbling by yourself. Good
Turned
finish.
it over, but he was able to get it back and finish at the basket. Able to stick with the play. Ball in the hands of Kahn now as he gives it inside to the paint. Dish out for three. Hoffman, no good. Offensive rebound. Putback attempt is no good from Itzhaki.
Hoffman stepping out to the three-point line. Not what we're used to, but it was a good-looking shot.
Newitt on the drive. Hoffman gets the block. Right outside the key. Now a stretch pass ahead for Kahn. Kahn on the drive with the right hand, and he gets it to go off the backboard. Drew Kahn continuing to tack on points in this one. Strunen the other way.
Another good take.
Able to draw the foul. Strunen will head to the line for two.
Strunen and Newitt really taking charge here.
So if you're Coach Raphael Halpert at halftime, what kind of things were you probably saying to your team, talking about how they played in that first half? What kind of things were you encouraging them to try to work on in this third and fourth quarter?
You know, keep up the energy. Don't you know, turn the gas down. You want to keep your foot on the gas. You want to play with pace, and you want to take care of the ball. You've seen a couple turnovers here in this opening second half. I'm sure he told his team to limit turnovers. You know, you don't want to let Australia get back in the game with sloppy basketball.
Kahn off the screen from Hoffman, able to give it right back to him. A nicely executed pick and roll as Hoffman is able to tack on two.
And as we can tell, we probably said a couple things about the pick and roll at a halftime. Seen a few baskets coming off the screen.
Hoffman again with a rebound there. You just see the arms of Ian Hoffman able to tower over just about everybody else on the court. He's been playing in that center, big power forward position for the U.S. in this game. There you see why, as Kahn on the drive gets it to go. Another layup good for Drew Kahn.
Yeah, he had a couple options right there. Could have kicked it to the corner or could have taken it himself.
Pass is deflected. They get it to Kahn, and he's knocked down. He was leaking out in transition, trying to finish at the basket once again, but a blocking foul is called on Australia. Two more substitutions in for the U.S. as Milan Kushner and Zach Hassoun will check back into the game, replacing Kahn and Itzhaki. Levy on the baseline inbound, gives it over to Gurin. Gurin, tough finish. Hoffman there to clean up the loose ball.
Hoffman, the one who inbounded that one right there, coming back in for the offensive rebound, puts it right back in.
Knew it the other way. Defended by Kushner.
A little bit of fancy footwork here, fancy dribble skills by Knew It.
Trying to get a pass off as Levy comes with a double team, knocks it out of his hands, but Knew It is able to penetrate and miss off the mark.
Knew It telling his teammate to cut back door.
Corner 3, Levy. That goes off the side of the backboard. Australia the other way with some speed. Inside the key, kick out corner 3. Segal gives it over Knew It. Spinning away from Kushner, now driving in, trying to go up with it. And a whistle for a traveling violation. He was looking for a foul. Well defended by Kushner.
It was a good take there by Knew It. He lost his footing. Really close for a sub.
Two guys down low. Kushner and Hoffman were able to force that travel.
One thing we haven't seen here by Australia on the defensive side is them pressuring the ball. They haven't really been trying to trap anything at all. They've just been sticking with the man-to-man defense. Maybe we'll see them go zone at some point.
Hoffman is blocked. He tried to go up with a layup and just overshot it. Segal now with it, spinning inside the paint, off the backboard, missed off the mark. Kushner comes away with it. Kushner driving into the lane, sits on the rim, but he can't get it to go. Offensive rebound for Gurin, and he hits the layup from inside the key. Australia the other way. Up top, Farkas gives it over to Kafka. Kafka driving in, kicks it out into the corner. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Kushner.
Good luck right there. Driving kick, open corner 3, just didn't go down.
Slowing things down is Zach Hoffman. Pardon me, Zach Hassoun. Gives it off for Levy. Now it's Hoffman with the left hand. Floater's good.
It's special when you have a big man that can put the ball down on the floor and can, you know, stay down low and grab rebounds.
Houseman on the drive. He's fouled by Hoffman down low. So Houseman will head to the line for 2 for Australia.
That's Ian Hoffman. Nice spin in the lane with the left hand. You know, you got to be a dynamic player if you're a big man in today's game, which is how fast everything is. Got to be able to shoot. I know we saw Ian Hoffman take a 3 on the left wing earlier in this quarter, showcasing that range a little bit. Didn't go down, but form looked good. Put the ball on the floor and can finish. Right hand and off hand with the left.
Houseman misses both at the line.
Nice box out right there by Nate Weinstein, number 35.
You talk about Ian Hoffman a little bit. Him and Drew Kahn sort of play really well off of each other, even what we've seen in this game so far and what we could see for the rest of this tournament with a primary ball handler like Kahn, as shifty as he is and his ability to shoot, and then Ian Hoffman as well with his ability to set screens and drive into the lane and really hit those layups.
Yeah, they play nicely off of each other. Little two-man game. Saw a little bit of a screen and roll. Sammy Toplitsky even. Drew Kahn with the ball in his hands. Give it to the dive man for layups.
Australia driving in. Kicks it out, Houseman.
U.S. doubling here a little bit. Putting more pressure. Look, 3 people on the ball. Definitely a foul.
3 Americans swarming Australia there on that far side. Australia will inbound here after a substitution. That full court press, perhaps maybe why we're not seeing it in the third quarter, can be pretty tiring for these guys to put in that much effort on both the defensive side and offensive side, playing that full length of the court. We haven't seen it much in this third quarter, but in the second quarter we know now that it can work if they execute it well.
Yeah, you don't want to see them, you know, get a little bit too overzealous and as Farkas with a nice 3-point shot and start committing fouls and silly fouls at that.
U.S. the other way off the side of the rim, no good.
Nice block by Sam Pike, number 33. Pushing the ball in transition, Australia is. Good take.
Floater can't get it to fall. Down low, full head of steam off the backboard, no good. That was Bernhardt on the shot for the U.S. Now Australia the other way. Farkas, his long-range jumper's no good. Rebound by Bernhardt.
As you hear Coach Josh Horowitz telling U.S. to slow it down a little bit. The United States has been running the floor pretty much this whole game.
Potentially the last offensive possession for the U.S. and it goes in off the side by Kushner. So under 10 to play here in this third quarter. Shot from Australia, no good. Battle for the rebound. Another opportunity and a foul is called
right as time expires.
As time expires.
Yeah.
There's no time left on the clock here in the scoreboard inside of the gym here at Hebraica. Potentially just 2 free throws and then the end of the quarter. We'll see if they pull everybody off the quarter, keep them there. Right now they're staying out there. 2 free throws will come here for Farkas.
Seems like they're putting a little bit of time back on the clock.
Missed off the mark on the first one. U.S. holding on to a big lead. They led by 10 or so points in the first quarter, and then after that, it was all U.S. the rest of the way. Dominant in the second, and a pretty good third quarter as well, as the second free throw is no good. And an immediate whistle to signal the end of the quarter. So 71-33 in favor of the United States. A good third quarter from the U.S. What do you want to see them do in the fourth quarter to put this one away?
I mean, just, continue to execute. You saw a little bit here in this third quarter. First half, you saw them running the floor a little bit, pressing the ball, jumped out in this big lead. Third quarter, they focused on, screen and roll, wanting to get the ball in the lane, dumped it down for easy layups. They just continue doing what they're doing. It seems like it's been working here. Should come out with the win.
As we get a look inside the huddle here from our fantastic crew behind the scenes broadcasting this game on Maccabi USA. Some fans here inside the gym as well. As we mentioned, there's a second game coming up after this one. The U16 USA boys basketball team will be playing. That stream will be right here on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch some more basketball here in your morning, afternoon, wherever you might be, you can stay tuned here on the YouTube channel to watch the United States and all of these competitors from around the world face off in an amazing event, the Pan American Maccabi Games.
I believe it's a little bit of a pool play. Each team plays each other one time within their division.
A round robin tournament to start. There's 4 teams, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. As the U18 boys basketball team will try to repeat off their success from the Maccabi Games last year, winning gold in Israel in 2022. They're going to try to do the same this year. The round robin, they'll play each team once, so this is their one game against Australia. There's 2 teams from Argentina. They'll play both of them, and then it'll head to a bracket finals where the U.S. will try to go all the way for a second straight year and bring home the gold in the U18 division. Getting set here for the start of the fourth quarter as Australia will begin with the basketball, trailing by about 35, 40 points. Houseman kicks it out to the three-point line. Houseman gets it back, gives it to Rubinski. He pulls up from the baseline, no good.
You heard again the Australian bench counting down on the shot clock.
Kahn with it. Long three-pointer on the way, and he got it. That's that shooting we mentioned at the top. Drew Kahn from well beyond the three-point line hits it.
And when you're
Deep
feeling
three.
it, you're feeling it. And Drew Kahn pulling up from way behind the three-point line right there.
You've seen him showcase the ability to drive, the ability to finish with some dunks, and then three-pointer there. That shooting that we mentioned, as Hausman's able to clean up the loose change.
I think next for Drew Kahn, I want to see him, play make a little bit, try and get his teammates involved. We saw a couple times in the pick and roll, see if he can drive and kick in this last quarter. We know he can score the ball.
Screen from Hoffman, tries to finish off the backboard. Can't get the whistle for a foul, and so Australia controls and goes the other way with it. Rabinowski turns it over nearly.
U.S. keeping their hands in the passing lanes.
There's another steal, this time from Kahn. Kahn with a full head of steam and a lane ahead, and he finishes at the rim with a layup. 5 points early in this fourth quarter for Drew Kahn. Rabinowski will carry it across half court now for Australia. Some pressure on the defensive end by Hassoun. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Hausman has to put a shot up, and time expires. That's the first 24-second violation, 24-second shot clock violation we've seen in this game, but we've certainly mentioned it's been a factor, at least in the heads of both of these teams. But at least if you're both of these coaches, you got to be happy that that's the first time you've seen it really come back to bite you.
Yeah, for the Australian side, without Harry Newitt, it feels like there's no sense of urgency. For the U.S., they've been able to get shots up early in the shot clock as Drew Kahn drives the lane.
Stepped out of bounds, I believe. Or maybe a foul on the baseline. Looks like a foul on the baseline. So the U.S. will keep possession as Kahn comes out of the game along with Hassoun. So 2 new players in for the United States. About 7.5 to go in this fourth quarter. First game for both of these teams in the U18 division.
I think in the first quarter for the U.S. there was a bit of, some jitters, not knowing what to expect coming into the first game of these games. Second quarter they kind of got comfortable and started to play their brand of basketball. And it's just been, they've been riding with that for the rest of the way.
Foul at half court by Kushner. Yep. The United States, well, both of these teams for that matter, playing with new people for the first time from all around the country, trying to learn how they play, the best way to help each other with their game. As this one's turned over, the U.S. with some speed the other way. Jonah Gurin on the drive and the layup. But I think for the U.S., they've been able to find that chemistry pretty early on. The team had a training camp before the start of the time in Argentina. As another timeout as we get a look at this layup once again.
See Jonah Gurin trying to stay in front of the defender so they can't get a chance at blocking the shot. Nice finish.
So a timeout on the floor with 7:02 to go, and the United States leading 78-35. This U18 boys basketball game between the United States and Australia is brought to you by Campus Apartments. Campus Apartments, offering students a higher standard of living. Well, Sean, as we have about 7 minutes left in this fourth quarter, the U.S. seemingly going to hold on to win this one in regulation. What kind of things are you talking to your team about, if you're head coach Raphael Halpert here, about how you want your team to finish out this game? Do you want them to continue to play the same style of game? What kind of things are you trying to work on in this final 7 minutes?
Well, I definitely think it depends on the matchup, but you never want to let the highs get too high. I mean, this is definitely a good win, but like I said earlier, this is just one game, and there will be more games in this competition. So the U.S. is going to need to, clean some things up. They can't play the same brand of basketball each game. I mean, you want to obviously have a game plan and stick to it, but you don't want to get too comfortable. They were able to force turnovers easily here in this game, get out in transition, but I'm sure it won't. Things will only get harder from here.
So Newitt back in the game for Australia. Farkas will carry the ball here Gives it over, knew it on the drive, kick out for 3. Stronin's 3 is off the back of the rim. U.S. grabs the board. Guerin gives it off to Levy. Guerin, three-pointer off the back of the rim, fight for the rebound. Kushner is able to grab it. He goes up with it, and he got it. Offensive rebound once again for the United States, comes back in their favor with another layup.
Yeah, just the size playing a big factor here in this game. I mean, all throughout the game, the U.S. has been active on the glass, grabbing defensive rebounds, not allowing Australia to grab their own offensive rebounds. And on the other end, they've been picking up second chance points as well.
Segal with a block.
Getting to the foul line has also been huge for the U.S.
We haven't seen a lot of fouls in this game, only 1 for each team in this fourth quarter is another basket good for the U.S. That was something we heard a little bit about how they were going to call fouls, maybe a little less, or a little more lenient, I should say, on the foul calls, a little more physical. And I think we've seen it for the most part in this game. A lot of these drives where you might be able to see a little bit of contact, they're letting that contact sort of fly so long as it isn't egregious.
Right, yeah, you want to play tough basketball. And, you know, it's good to see that teams aren't backing down from a lack of foul calls. You know, they're still taking it to the lane, trying to be tough with the basketball, trying to finish through contact. That's going to be huge as these players advance to the next level and, you know, grow older.
Levy tried to feed it through. It was knocked away. Turnover, Australia the other way. Knew it in the corner. No good on the 3. Under 5 now to play in this opening matchup, USA and Australia. A lot of the bench players in the game for the U.S. Kushner driving in, stops up at the baseline, tries to go up with it, and he's fouled.
Nice drive
here for Kushner.
Nice drive by Kushner, driving the baseline, was patient. Didn't take the first shot as you see the replay. Getting hit in the head. Strong with the basketball, trying to make a play.
So 2 more players out for the U.S. Teplitsky and Guerin come off. First free throw, no good. Kushner's second is good. So Australia will now carry across half court with Strunin. Trying to feed it down low. It's knocked away once again. Defense of the United States playing a big part, leading to offense on the other side. Another layup is good for Milan Kushner.
Australia getting out on the break. This is what we needed to see this whole game. Pushing the ball in transition.
Yeah, all of the transition offense has been in the favor of the U.S., whether it be forcing a turnover on the defensive side, an offensive rebound, everything that I think Coach Raphael Halpert was preaching to his team. Is a nice block there on the baseline for Australia. Yeah. Everything he was preaching to his team has certainly been executed, at least in the way that he would have hoped for.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you ask for? You're getting easy points. You're forcing turnovers. That's like every coach's dream. You know, you want to force turnovers. You want to get easy baskets. You don't want to, you know, work so hard for your points. You want to get layups. And the United States has done a good job of that.
Australia swings it around. Beyond the arc. Knew it. Driving in with the left. Kicks it out. Farkas.
Nice pass.
Step back three-pointer. No good. Kushner. Long outlet the other way. Down low off the backboard and good for Hunter Barnhart. 2 points for number 30.
United States just leaking down the court. Nice back tap right there by Kushner. Couldn't get the steal.
Knew it finds space in the corner. Pulls up for 3 off the rim. And U.S. is able to grab it on the baseline. It got numbers the other way down low. That shot's no good from Deny. Long stretch pass for Segal. And he's fouled. Kushner was trying to get back in transition on defense. Segal's able to draw 2 free throws. as more substitutions will come in for new players in the game for Australia. Segal will have to stay out there to shoot the free throws. First one no good. Well, Sean, when you look forward to the rest of this tournament, 3 more games in the round robin section, obviously from what we talked about in this one, not a lot that seemed to go wrong for the U.S., but if there's 1 or 2 things that you were trying to look to build on, whether it be turnovers or some of that transition that we've talked about, what are some of the keys you think to what they need to work on as they get ready for the rest of this tournament?
Yeah, I definitely think that the U.S. needs to play with more pace. I mean, they've been sped up a little bit throughout this whole game, trying to push the ball. I would like to see them slow it down in some instances. Sometimes I feel like they haven't been able to get the best shot. I feel like getting the best shot is something that, you want to do, especially when you have a lead like this. Work on things, run your offense, execute, get your guys, the best look as possible. Hopefully we get to see that in coming games.
3-on-1 for the U.S. the other way, and another layup good for Alon Perez. First action he's seen in this game so far as U.S. starts to empty the bench a little bit with 2 minutes to play. We'll talk about getting the shots up in the shot clock. Obviously, we've talked about the 24-second shot clock being a bit of a factor for these players, potentially playing into that execution on the offensive side, getting shots quickly, but of course, patient offense doesn't hurt getting the best shot, waiting until whether it be 20 seconds into the shot clock, whatever it might be, to take that shot.
Yeah, as the United States gets a timeout here for a substitution, gets Jonah Gurin in. And we're helping to build some chemistry that he talked about between his players, trying to get everybody involved.
So Perez will carry it, passes it over to Barnhart as he's fouled on the way in. Minute 40 left in this one. U.S. still holding on to a big lead as they look to come away with their first victory in their first game. Down low, basket good from Gurin.
Nice left-hand finish from Gurin. U.S. still putting the pressure on the offense on Australia, trying to force steals.
Kafka on the drive, had it knocked away. Floater from Pike is no good.
He's playing fast basketball.
With speed, trying to finish was Bernhardt, but he missed it off the mark. Long stretch pass ahead, looking for Pike, is knocked away. Back again. U.S. the other way with speed, down low. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the United States. Under a minute now to play in the fourth quarter. As this one's knocked away, Houseman will carry it across half court and into the paint and off the backboard for 2.
Nice finish right there from number 77, Gabriel Houseman. Shielding off the defender, getting an easy 2 in transition. You really want to use your body. We talked about physicality and, maybe a little bit of a lack of foul calls. Use your body to create space and, create a lane for yourself to finish. Good job.
3-pointer on the way, off the mark. Houseman battling for the rebound. U.S. will come away with it with 11 seconds left. And as the clock ticks down, the U.S. will just carry this one out. 2 seconds left. And that will do it. The United States wins their first matchup of the tournament. 91-42 is the final, as the United States with a dominating victory. Some good offense, some good defense, and they're able to come away with a solid victory here on this Friday morning.
Impressive performance from the United States. I mean, all game they kept their foot on the gas, built that first lead, led by double digits pretty much the whole game. Impressive showing right here. Looking to build keep the momentum moving forward in games to come. But the United States has definitely built some chemistry between each other.
Well, today's player of the game is number 10, Drew Kahn. We talked about him before the game started. A dominant performance for him and this United States team. Drew Kahn was doing it all for the United States in this one.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he really set the tempo. You know, he was pressuring the ball. He was creating turnovers by himself, moving the ball up in transition, finishing, had a couple highlight dunks. You know, we saw his shooting abilities, his range. I mean, he was doing it all for the United States here in this one today.
Well, our player of the game is brought to you by Campus Apartments. Campus Apartments, the student experience is built here. And Drew Kahn is that player of the game, as both teams will pose at half court for a picture here. Fantastic showing by both teams. Of course, sportsmanship, always the goal in a competition like this. Can be heated in the moment of competition, but at the end of the day, like Coach Raphael Halpert talked about, we are all brothers, all here with a common goal, a common underlying thing that unites us all. And that is what has allowed this competition to be so special.
Yep, nice to see that camaraderie between both teams. They fought hard throughout the game, coming together at half court at the end of the game. That's something that you love to see, of course.
So 91-42 is the final in this one, as the United States is able to come away with the victory in game one. We have Aaron Hook, who is standing down at the baseline, hoping to grab our player of the game, Drew Kahn, for a couple questions. So stay tuned. In just about 5 seconds, we're going to try to throw it down to him. And you'll hear from Drew Kahn talking about this dominant performance for the United States. As we mentioned, there's a game following this one. The United States U16 team will be playing
Player of the
here
game.
as well.
So Drew, you guys won big here in your first game. On your way, on your gold medal journey, taking on Team Australia. What do you think was clicking for you guys in this one?
We had a lot of ball movement. We worked on our set plays that we worked on in training camp, and Coach drew it up perfectly. It really worked out for us.
And so I want to ask you, as a junior playing on the U18 team, obviously you're a big cog in the machine. A lot of plays are run for you, a lot of sets to get you in space. What does it mean for you that, coach and this coaching staff are making you, kind of a key guy, a point of emphasis as a guy who's going to go back, obviously, after this and continue to work over the summer and get ready for your senior high school season?
It's just a great opportunity for me. Like, I get to showcase my talents on an international stage. It's huge. It's really exciting, and I'm ready to do more.
And so I've heard, I was at Minion this morning with your coach and some of your teammates, and obviously, almost half of your team are guys who, practice as Orthodox. And you're a guy who's trying to tap into it a little bit more. What's it been like being around some of these guys who are so committed to rapping daily, going to the Minion very early in the morning? What's it been like kind of getting a taste of, the lifestyle that they live as Orthodox Jews?
Yeah, well, first of all, let me say the morning wake-ups are tough, but I'm going to try to make it to a few, because I think it's really important to be closer to God, especially in a place like this. I'm with all my brothers, my Jewish brothers. I'm meeting them for the first time, and I already feel a sense of camaraderie with them. I already feel close to them, and I think this prayer and rejoicing in God is gonna make me feel even closer to them.
Drew Kahn, everyone, our Campus Apartments player of the game. Drew, thanks so much.
Thanks for that, Aaron, and thanks for that, Drew Kahn, as well. A fantastic showing for him, and Team US able to come away with the victory here in Game 1 of the tournament. So with that, we'll say thank you so much for watching here on the Maccabi USA YouTube page and our presentation of this U18 boys basketball game between the United States and Australia. For all of our team behind the scenes, our amazing Maccabi media team who's working the cameras, working the broadcast equipment, making this show happen. We'd say thank you so much to them. And if you want to follow all of the coverage of these Pan American Maccabi games, make sure you follow MaccabiUSA.com for video packages, articles, all things about the Maccabi Pan American Games. And make sure you stay tuned here on the YouTube page, because we'll have the U16 boys basketball team playing right here as well. So for everybody here behind the scenes, for Aaron Hook, who was down low on the sideline, for Sean Irby, and for myself, Ari Wall, we say thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.